on Restream. Hey, what's up, you guys? It's Stephanie Liu, and welcome to an episode of Lights, Camera, Live. We are doing, but first, Messenger Bot Mastery, and I've got the master in the studio with me today. Well, virtually, right? It is the amazing, the beautiful, the wonderful, the wickedly smart Kelly Noble Mirabella. And you know what, Kelly? Welcome to the show. Say what's up.
Hey. What's up? I like your introduction. Anytime anyone's going to be like amazingly smart, beautiful, new best friend.
Wickedly smart? Yes, absolutely. Girl, I got you. All right. So if you guys are just tuning in, go ahead and leave the comment. Let us know where you're tuning in from. I would love to know where you are watching from. I'm here in San Diego. Kelly, you know, I never actually got to ask you where you're from.
I'm in Santa Clarita, California. It's just outside of LA.
Oh, okay, cool. So we're basically the same time zone.
We're neighbors. Yeah,
okay.
We're totally neighbors.
Cool. All right. Because I was like, I've had other people from Denver, and they're always wearing sweaters, and they're like, it's December, and I was like, what?
It is very cold. That's my hometown, and it's very cold there.
Yeah. Well, good. So if you guys are just tuning in, go ahead and leave the comment. We're actually trying something new today. I'm using Restream.io, which allows me to go live on YouTube, Periscope, and on Facebook. So let me know if it's working or not. Yeah, let us know how it's working. But first, let me go ahead and say what's up to everyone that is tuning in. I just wanted to go ahead and let you guys know we're talking about messenger bots. And is it a fad? Is it a thing? Is it a must-have for your marketing in 2019? So if you're interested in messenger bots, please, by all means, go ahead and hang out with us today. If you know anyone that would be interested, go ahead and tag them in the comments because they should be here with us today too. So before we go ahead and get started, Kelly, go ahead and drop the bomb and let us know a little bit more about yourself and what it is that you do, because you've been in business like 11 years, was that?
A little while, yeah. So I own Stellar Media Marketing. It's a social media management company. Most of my clients are social media management clients, which basically means I do their social media for them.
Oh.
And yeah, I've been doing that I've been in the social media game since forever. It feels like sometimes like 12 years, but I've owned my company. This is my 10th year I'm going into. And I love it. I'm obsessed. I'm pretty much the biggest social media geek. In fact, my business card says Kelly Noble Mirabella, social media geek girl, and I'm into it. So I'm also into chatbots. I've been doing chatbot building for about 2 years now. Last year, probably around April, May, I launched Baby Got Bot, which is my free YouTube channel full of tutorials that are 80s themed, because why not? Life's too short for boring chatbot videos. So that's why I'm bringing you the 80s flavor.
Oh my gosh, I love that. And P.S. by the way, here, let me actually show you guys her YouTube, because I was like, girl, first of all, she said Baby Got Bot. Brilliant. Mm-hmm. Love it. So this is her YouTube channel, and you have tons of videos on here.
Yeah, there's a lot. Actually, one just dropped today. I drop a new video every Thursday.
Really? And do you record them all yourselves? You edit them and everything?
Everything.
You are the master.
I'm like a ninja.
I love that you do the ninja arms too. Yeah, ninja. Well, good. Okay, so let's talk about messenger bots.
Yes.
What is the future of messenger bots right now? Because I feel like they were all the rage in 2017. Maybe I'm like a little late to the game.
Way ahead of everybody.
No, I thought
2017.
Yeah, that's late, right?
No, I mean, I feel like 2017 was kind of a whisper, like just the people in the know knew about it, right? And then 2018 popped up, and we started hearing it about it in the conferences. ManyChat had their own conference, September 2018, and it just started blowing up. So I would say right now is when the more of the bigger masses are learning about it and getting kind of excited or scared, if you will, depending on your point of view. So I think that you're not late. I think you're right on time.
Okay. And so, like, who is using chatbots right now? Is it everybody, you know? Or it's like...
I wish. No, everyone is not using them. I think everyone should. But I think you see a lot of bigger businesses adapting them. I've seen Lego is really known for utilizing their chatbot. We've seen companies like Zulily, which is one of my favorite shopping sites.
Yeah.
and Domino's Pizza, like these big companies are starting to adopt this technology. But now, even in the circles that I run in, I help a lot of small businesses, entrepreneurs. A lot of them are starting to see the power of this. And I think at first they were afraid that the tech was going to be too much and it was unattainable. But when I break it down for them, they realize, oh, this is actually really easy and I can jump in and do this myself. So I'm seeing a lot more small businesses on Facebook starting to adopt the chatbot tech into their strategy.
Wow, that's amazing. And P.S. by the way, I want to give a shout out to Daryl Stern, who's just tuning in. He says that Mirabella rocks. So we've got like one of your fans in the audience. Hey. Okay, so because the only people that I've seen chatbots and are really, really crushing it would be what was it? Well, she's a pop star. I know, of course. And Katy Perry.
Oh, really?
Have you seen hers?
I haven't seen hers. I know there's another pop star, and I can't remember her name. She's like an 80s pop star, of course. And she does it too. So you see it a lot in the entertainment business. And I think a lot of times there are chatbots that you don't realize that that's what it is. And then I'll explain to you what it is. And you're like, oh,
yeah. That's funny.
What that is. Yeah.
So do you think chatbots are only going to exist on Facebook? Do you think the other platforms are going to follow suit? Like, what are your thoughts?
No. Fun fact. What kind of phone do you have?
iPhone, iOS.
iPhone. So you've got Siri, right?
Yeah.
Siri is an audio-based chatbot. I've got an Android and I have the Google and I talk to Google. I have Alexa and I talk to Alexa, and those are audio-based chatbots. Chatbots have existed for a long time. Everyone is already familiar with them. They just don't realize that those are chatbots. But chatbots in the form of like messenger bots that we see on Facebook, yes, I do see those adopting a cross-platform. Facebook has already hinted at the fact that they're going to bring them to WhatsApp, which is a Facebook-owned platform, and eventually even we'll probably see them on Instagram. So probably a little bit more limited on Instagram, but it's going to get rolled out. And even on Amazon has had talks about implementing more of the chatbot throughout their platform. They use their Alexa throughout all of their platforms. So if you're on, the shopping app, you can actually use Alexa to purchase stuff and look up stuff. So chatbots are actually already out there, spread like wildfire. But yes, in terms of like the social networks, I do see them going across the board, and we're going to see a lot more adoption on all the platforms.
That's very cool. And P.S. by the way, Kelly, I just want to let you know that Tony Coleman Jr. just joined us. Hey. And this is on YouTube. He said, I subscribe to both of you and love your content. So, hey, Tony, this is like the first time I go live on YouTube. And there you go. Boom. First comment.
Love it.
Awesome. So you had mentioned Siri as a chatbot. And it's so funny because I've never heard it named as that. I went to this other conference and they called it like voice recognition apps. But to actually call it a bot, I was like, oh, okay, that's interesting.
It's basically what it is. It's a platform that is built where the builder will kind of foretell how is this person going, how do we want the chatbot to react? So if someone says, Siri, get me XYZ, then what does it do next? And so that's really the framework of how a chatbot works, is we kind of direct people in the choose your own adventure of our flows, if you will.
Well, do you think it's going to come over to Instagram?
I do foresee it coming to Instagram. It's not there yet, but I do think it's going to. I mean, it's owned by Facebook. Again, I think it's not going to be as widely, like the wildness of what we see on Facebook. You probably won't be able to do everything, but we're already starting to see some third-party integrations on Instagram, even with the buttons. I had Jen Herman on a webinar this morning in one of my groups. I love her. I know she's in the 360 with you.
Yeah, she's amazing.
She did an amazing breakdown of Instagram in my social media for brainstorm group. And she was talking about the buttons, how you have like email me, call, and that. And those are already getting third-party integrations. And although those aren't chatbots, it's a sign that Facebook is opening the platform to those other options. So I do think that in the future, we're going to see this.
Very cool. Awesome. Well, darn. Well, let me go ahead and give a shout out to the crew that's following along. Restream isn't showing my Facebook comments. That's okay, though. But we've got Craig here. Craig is here. Daryl Stern. We've got Tony. So thank you guys so much for joining us. So having said that, Kelly, what are the best and worst practices of chatbots? Because I feel like it's still kind of the wild, wild west. And some rules are just being rolled out now, or some people like to skirt the rules.
Yes. Okay, so first and foremost, let's talk about the most important rule, which is the 24+1 rule. And that basically means that when someone subscribes to your chatbot, and I'll explain how that's done in a second, but you have to send a promotional message. You have 24 hours from the moment that they engage with your chatbot. You have 24 hours to send a promotional message. And then the +1 kicks in. After the 24 hours is up, then you have one message you can send to that person until they engage again. So the key here is just to keep people engaged with your chatbot. You don't always have to be sending out promotions. You can send out other things and you don't have to worry about the 24+1 rule. So when we're talking about the missteps, one of the big missteps I see is people kind of like, Facebook won't know. Because Facebook doesn't pay attention. They do pay attention. So many people are getting their accounts shut down.
No way.
Oh, true story, because they are abusing I was just in the ManyChat community the other day, and ManyChat, for those of you who don't know, is one of the platforms you can build chatbots in. And someone had posted a screenshot of how it basically said, Facebook will no longer let you send out messages because you've gone against our community guidelines. And basically what it was saying to them is, you went and you thought you couldn't do that. You thought you would get in trouble. But let me tell you, and 20, they were setting out promotions, boom, 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 and they got caught. So that is a huge misstep I see people make, is you have engagement 24 hours plus one message. So if that lapses, don't send them a promotional, just send them something that's going to re-engage your audience. And then as soon as they re-engage, boom, fall right back into the 24+1.
That's so interesting. And when you said boom, 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 I literally thought you were going to say, sorry, boo-boo, you can't do that.
Basically.
Well, cool. Well, hey, Danny, thanks so much for joining us, too. So good to see you here. So that was the 24+1 rule. Was that what you called it?
Yes, the 24+1. It's the number one most important rule when it comes to Facebook Messenger chatbots.
And what happens? So do they just shut down your ability to send out messages, or did they just take out your page completely?
I've seen both. I've seen both things happen. We've seen people that their pages have gone to Facebook jail. If you don't know what that is, basically they do not allow you to do anything. And you don't know if you'll ever get that ability back.
Oh, wow.
Sometimes it's a day, sometimes it's never. I've seen people say that their pages were shut down. And the most notable is the inability to send out messages. It's just, and there is no way to, we all know how easy Facebook is to, get a hold of. So you're kind of SOL if you do that. So don't break the rules. And they're paying attention because they have the technology is fairly new. They're already shutting down the people who are breaking the rules, and they've been putting pauses, like they did the pause this past spring, to make sure all those ducks are in the row. There's no holes in the APIs and everything. So they're making sure that this is done right, and they are paying attention. So don't go slinking in here into the chatbot world thinking that you can get away with that. So that's a big no-no. Don't break the rules.
Yeah, and I love that you say that, because some people are like, but I only have this many fans. It's not like I'm an IBM or a Cisco, so I won't get in trouble.
No, it doesn't matter. And so let's backtrack a second and talk about how you get subscribers.
Yeah, let's do that.
I think it's important to understand, you can't just jump on and build a chatbot and expect everyone who likes your page, I'm going to just go send them messages. That's not how it works. It doesn't matter how many fans you have. You could have 2 fans. That doesn't matter. The subscribers are people who engage with your page. It has to be a Facebook business page. People who engage with your business page via private message or the Messenger platform. That's how they subscribe. Once they've engaged with it, they hit that little get started button that you see. They're part of your subscriber base. So you can't add them. It's not like email where I'm all, I think I'll just go download this list off LinkedIn, which PS, so glad they got rid of that feature. And then I'll add you to my email list. It doesn't work that way. You cannot add people. They have to be, added themselves. They have to give that permission basically and say, yes, so yeah, send me a message. So.
Oh, interesting. It's so funny that you mentioned all of this, because I have run into people where they're just like, I'm just going to do it, and if I get in trouble, then I get in trouble. I'll just create a new page. And I'm like, what?
Hey. Why do it wrong? Y'all are getting shut down. Okay, I hope you do.
Oh,
I'm sorry. I am so over people, bending the rules or playing dirty when there are people out there that I know personally that there are my students, myself, that have done it the right way. And that's like a pet peeve. I'm like, do it right or get off the platform.
okay. So then here's what I was talking to you about earlier. So this person had reached out to me and said, I want to run a contest on Facebook using a messenger bot. And then you enter in the contest, and then by default, they would send you a consolation prize, but it's really they're selling you something. Does that still fall under your 24+1?
Yeah, so the 24+1 again is based off of the engagement. So as long as if let's say you put the contest on the page and you say, okay, comment whatever, tell us a little story, and we're going to send you an entry. Mm-hmm. And then you can do it right then because they are when you set up the chatbot, so it's what we call a comment trigger. You might have seen them. You've probably used them on your show, right? So those are okay because they know you're being explicit. That's another thing you must do. You have to say, hey, I'm going to send you a message if you do X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
And then they come in and you give them, there's usually a little disclaimer saying, hey, please confirm that it's okay to send you a message. They confirm, and then you're able to send them whatever your thing is. It could be promotional or whatever, but you have to get them to engage with you first before you can send that. Does that make sense?
It does. It does. Okay.
Now, one thing you can't do, because I know you brought up contest and we kind of chatted about this before, is you cannot ask them to share for an entry. So even in the chatbot, there is a share feature. You can't do that. You can't skirt the Facebook terms of service just because you're in like the hidden platform. Just because this is not encrypted, you guys. Facebook can see what you're doing.
This isn't WhatsApp, you guys. No.
It's not WhatsApp. I know Congress is a little confused about what that is.
They're confused a little bit about everything. Please don't stop my Facebook Live now. Okay. Okay, so cool. Okay. So we talked about some worst practices that people are doing, which is breaking the 24+1 rule. So what are some good ways to get people to subscribe to your bot? What are some really super cool things that you've done or you've seen your students do or other brands do that you're just like, hey, everyone should know this?
Yes. So my personal favorite thing to do is games. I love building games. I love running them. So I run lots of games. In the summertime, Amanda Robinson and I have the Amanda and Kelly show live in the summer. We have a summer show and we play tons of games. Every time we go live, we have a game. We have a leaderboard. We get people involved. We get them engaging in our page. They get extra points. And it's all done via chatbot. And it's a really great way of getting people into your chatbot. In fact, I've run a couple of games organically, meaning I didn't run any ads or anything. I just ran a game via my page, Stellar Media Marketing. And I was able to, within a week, grab an extra 100 subscribers because people love games. I mean, think about when you're cruising Facebook, if you're anything like me, and you're cruising Facebook and you see like one of those stupid BuzzFeed like quizzes. Let me tell you when you're going to get married by how you eat your carbs. By the way, I'm married.
You still want to know?
I still want to know. And I take like every one of those quizzes. It's because people love those dang quizzes. They love games. And so that's actually one of my favorite. And I think just almost every business page could probably implement a game. Some are going to be more successful than others, like your bars, restaurants, coffee shops, that sort of thing. But even me, I'm a B2B business and I find quite a bit of success running games. So that's one of my favorites. I also have a video on my YouTube channel teaching you how to build your very own trivia game. So go get that. I was just
going to ask you. I was like, okay, games sound cool, but how did you even start? So you have this step by step on your YouTube channel.
Absolutely.
And it's free.
Totally free. It's on YouTube. Go check it out. It was like one of the first videos I did. So that's one of my favorite ways because it gets people really engaged. And it's fun. I just like to have fun. So another thing that I have seen be really successful that I really, really love, and I see this a lot with my clients, is the Facebook Live coupled with a comment trigger. So if we have a chatbot, I don't know if you have a chatbot attached to this, but if we were on my page, we would have a chatbot. And I would say something like, hey, what's your favorite way to grow your chatbot list? Tell me below and I'll shoot you over a special chatbot guide, right?
Yeah.
And so they would tell me their favorite way, and I would have like chatbot be the keyword trigger. And as soon as it hit, it would go and send them my chatbot. They would get engaged. They would get a lead magnet of sorts. So lead magnets coupled with a Facebook Live and this comment tool is probably one of the most powerful ways to use a chatbot, not only for growth of your chatbot list, but also just for conversions. Like, you can sell. I have a friend or a client, not a client, a student, because I don't really charge for my classes right now. And she sells unique cosmetics, which is like lipsticks and, makeup, skincare. And she did a Facebook Live tied to one of these. And within 30 minutes, it was just a quick 30-minute Facebook Live. She made $500.
No way.
Because of, true story. And that's just a small amount of what a lot of businesses are out there doing. I know Bella Vasta, who you had, last week or the week before? She did a whole series of webinars that she promoted in a Facebook Live, coupled it with a chatbot, and she ended up making like $3,000 off of that strategy. And she got people into her mastermind. She got people into her webinar. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. So that's, the Facebook Live strategy is one of my favorites. By the way, I have a guide on how to do that. So check that out too.
Yeah. I feel like everyone, I know, I feel like everyone's going to be typing notes. Okay. So at the, what is it? The 20-minute mark, she starts talking about what Bella did. And then at the 15-minute mark, she talks about trivia.
The next one that I love to do is if you do, it really depends on what your company is doing. So I did this whole last month, I did a ton of webinars, and they were all in my Facebook group. They were exclusive to my Facebook group. The strategy was two-tiered. It was to build my Facebook group and build my subscriber list. And I actually created a chatbot that helped people subscribe to my Zoom webinar and then send them to my group, where I told them that was where the exclusive information, the live broadcast would be. They could also have the option to join us via Zoom. Very few people joined via Zoom. Most people wanted to stay in Facebook. It's easier, and it's a lot more interactive because I'm using the poll feature and all that fun stuff, keep people going. And then I send a reminder on the day that we're about to go live, like that morning. Hey, quick reminder, we're going to be live soon. That's all through Messenger. And then the moment I go live in my group, or even with the live strategy we were talking about, I send it out to people who are subscribed to that. I have tagged those people as interested. So I'm not sending it to my whole list. I've segmented them. And I say, we are live right now. Click here. The link goes directly into the group to that video, or directly to your business page to that video, wherever you want to send them. And that is a way to get people to show up for your Facebook Lives or show up for your webinars. And it's a really great way to make sure that your conversions are higher, because it makes a seamless sign-up experience. But also it's another way to remind people, because you know how it is, you sign up for a webinar and then you totally space it out. It doesn't matter how many emails they just sent you, you space it out. But because you're on Facebook, okay, let's be real. But if I'm sending you a reminder email, plus I'm sending you a little ping on Facebook, hey, we're live right now, click this button and come join us, you're more likely to show up because it's right there in your face, or you've been pinged on your phone. It's just a different notification experience.
Would you say that when it comes to reminding people to engage in a webinar or any type of training that you have, that the must-have is the bot, or is it the email? Is it either or for you, or is it just, if I only have 5 minutes, the one that I will do, I'll drop everything and do?
Tricky. I feel like right now the bot is the most powerful way of getting people to convert and show up. But that being said, the email address is so important, because you own that, right? If it's on your list, your email list, you own that list. If it's on your chatbot subscriber list, you don't own that list. You're on rented property. So it's the difference between rented property and owned. I like to diversify. I like a nice diverse portfolio. So I'm all about both. So I almost always, if I'm doing like a webinar, I will ask for both. If I'm doing a lead magnet, I'll ask for both. But if it's just like a Facebook Live, then I'll only ask for the Messenger, because I'm in the environment of Facebook, and that's naturally where people are going to be.
Ooh, good call. Good call. And that was a curveball I just threw at Kelly, because she said, most people ask me this. And I was like, well, I'm going to ask you something different.
I love it.
Well,
great.
I know. Okay, so hey, Anna Natasha Phillips Ferguson. I said that really well and really fast. She says, what's up? She says that you have one of the best games out there, Kelly. So kudos to you.
Fun.
Yeah.
I have a Thank you so much. That's so sweet. I will say one of the biggest compliments that I get in my chatbot, especially my games, is in the very beginning, I will introduce my chatbot assistant. You know you're not talking to me personally,
Yeah.
but by the end, you felt like you were talking to me. And I've had people actually message me at the end of my games and say, I knew I was talking to a robot, but I felt like I was talking to you. And to me, that's a really big compliment because that shows there's a couple best practices with that. Number one, you need to introduce your chatbot. You need people to be aware that they are speaking to a non-human, especially since California now has the law that states that you have to be explicit about the fact that they're not talking to a human. Number two, you need to have a good voice. Like, what do you want your brand voice to be? And have it be a fun voice for the most part. I mean, have some fun. Yeah. So I think those are two big best practices. And if you can walk away with people knowing they're talking to a chatbot, but experiencing a happy feeling because it feels like you're really there, then that's a good thing.
Cool. And so when you're teaching all of these in your videos on YouTube, is it something where you have like the playlist set up to be sequential in terms of like, okay, now that you've done this video, you want to hop over to this one, or is it just kind of get after it?
Yeah, it's a get after it. I'm not going to lie, it's a get after it. And that's because I base my videos based off where I see a need. Okay. So I don't consider myself a chatbot expert. I consider myself a student. And so the reason I started my chatbot video channel is I saw there was a need. There were videos out there, but to be quite honest, most of the videos, at least the consistent ones that are out there, were really boring, very long, very techy, which is stuff I understand. But the people I know that I teach, they don't understand a lot of that tech talk. So a lot of it was over their head and it's frustrating. And a lot of times the most frustrating part, I would get like 15 minutes into a video and then all of a sudden they go, oh, whoops. Forget everything I just said. Let's start over. I'm like, could you not edit this video? So
I thought, hate those videos.
Yeah, I was like, you know what? I'm going to go learn this stuff and then I'm going to turn around. I'm going to teach it. So for instance, I have a video that teaches you how to do acuity scheduling through your chatbot. Yeah. It took me 4 hours of nonstop, just nose down trying to learn this thing. It was very frustrating. I tell you what, I had a glass of champagne at the end of the day because I was like, I did it. I was so excited. My husband looking at me like I'm a crazy person.
Yeah.
But you can learn how to do it in 20 minutes by watching my video. And that's why I do it. I want to create stuff that's really simple. So I see a need, I put it together. That being said, a lot of people have asked me if I'm going to do like an e-course, something more streamlined. Yeah. I am. It's coming next month.
Next month. January. So is it like a birthday launch? Is that what you're trying to do?
Yeah, it might be. It might be like a birthday present to myself.
There's going to be a birthday discount if you guys say happy birthday to Kelly.
Oh, I will. I'll give you like just between us girls and like everyone who's watching. If you are in my Baby Got Bot Facebook group, you are getting first come, first serve for exclusive pricing. So just but that will be in order of how you should kind of go. I mean, you could kind of pick and choose if you've already want to skip ahead. Yeah. And that will include step-by-step how to get set up and how to create these, but also my signature stuff of how to build a chatbot quiz or how to, do very specific things. And then there will also be written instructions for all of them. So it's not just the video, because that was something a lot of people were asking about. So that's going to hopefully be something that'll make me stand out.
I mean, and it's great just from like a web accessibility standpoint, right? Like, why is it only in video? I love it when people give you written instructions. Like, because sometimes for me, I'll have my daughter with me. She's 3. Yeah. And I can't listen to a full video because in the background, it's mommy, can you do this? Like I'll skip a step. So if you give me the outline, the step-by-steps, or the timestamps, then I could go in and I could find the info. So the fact that you're doing that is like head and shoulders above like what other people are doing. So kudos to you.
That's what I'm hoping too. And I'm the same way. Like I love watching a video the first time, but sometimes I'll like a month later, I'm like, oh, I got to do that again. But I just need like a quick, like a scan. I don't really want to watch this whole video again. So that's where I find those kind of.
Oh my God, you crack me up. You guys, this is literally like the first real long conversation I've had with Kelly. It's usually like in passing, or sometimes I'm tagged in a post and then you're tagged in a post and it's like drive by, hi, right? But I love the fact that she talks with her hands just as much as I do.
I'm like, and people would think I'm Italian or something.
I know. Well, cool. Hey, if you guys have any questions when it comes to all of this messenger bot stuff, seriously, I have the master right here for you. And I don't know how much she charges by the hour, Probably a lot.
Yeah, it's not
Right?
free.
It's not free. So if you have
Right.
questions, ask them right now. And then she'll go ahead and help you out. Okay, so we've talked about best and worst practices.
Yeah.
We've talked about how chatbots are definitely going to be evolving into other apps and into other platforms. It's just going to become a daily thing for us. What are your tips for people that want to build their own bots? Like, number one, check out Kelly's YouTube channel. Duh. Uh, Number two, what would you say? Are you like a ManyChat versus chat
I'm a
fuel?
ManyChat.
Okay.
I'm a ManyChat gal. I think I've never used. I've like I logged into Chat Fuel and I was like, not for me. I am a very visual person. I like to map things out, and especially when it comes to the flows of chatbots. So I want to see if you click this button, it goes here, and if you click this button, it goes here, and I want to see that whole thing.
Yeah.
And ManyChat has that ability, so that's probably one of my favorite features. So I'm definitely 100% a ManyChat user. If you are using Chat Fuel, my videos on YouTube are probably not going to help you at all. Yeah, they are definitely ManyChat heavy. There are a couple on there, like, the number one big mistake for using chatbots is in there, and that pertains to both, and where to get started, and, some basics, but most of them are ManyChat tutorials.
Got it. Okay.
So
And then
to answer your question, though, a starting point, I think the very first thing that you need to do before you decide on a platform, before you, really jump in, is think about what value can I bring with my chatbot, and don't make it this huge thing. You do not need to solve the world's problems. You don't have to answer every FAQ. I find sometimes the easiest chatbot is just a welcome message to let people know, hey, I'm gonna get back to you. In the meantime, can I direct you somewhere? Here is my Facebook group. Here's my YouTube channel if you're interested in chatbots. Here's my services. Would you like to schedule a call with me? And my chatbot can kind of lead people and qualify them. So if maybe they want to schedule a call, maybe they want to learn more about chatbots, and they don't necessarily need to talk to me to do that, they can go in here. Otherwise, it'll say, if you'd rather just talk to Kelly, just let me know and I'll go fetch her. By the way, my chatbot assistant, her name is Mika Bot, is my Mika dog bot, is my chat dog assistant, named after my late dog. So that's why I say stuff like fetch her and stuff.
Oh, that's so cute. That's so funny. I love it when people name their bots. Mine's just robo stuff because I couldn't come up with anything else.
I think that's cute.
Everyone
I know Molly Mahoney has like Molly Bot.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, Molly has Molly Bot, which PS, by the way, Molly was tuning in. So, hey, Molly, so good to see you. Awesome. Yeah, I like it when they give their little names and their little personalities. I think those are definitely fun. What are also some tips for building your bot? So, ManyChat, you think it's easy?
ManyChat, yeah, I recommend ManyChat. I think it's really user friendly. Don't be afraid of the tech. People hear chatbot and they're immediately like, "Oh my gosh, I can't do this. This is for someone like Kelly who knows this stuff." It's for anyone. I have a person in my Facebook group who learned from my videos how to build one, and she sells little girls' dresses. She sells these little girls' dresses. She does not do chatbots for a living. She's not online all the time. And she was able to build one in like 30 minutes that did all these things. So, you can build a chatbot. Don't be intimidated. And especially with a tool like ManyChat. So figure out what's the problem you want to solve. Get yourself on ManyChat. It's free to start. I mean, what do you got to lose?
Yeah. No, that's cool. Okay. And then, well, what about the people that they're just like, I still don't want to do it, but I do want a bot. What's the best way to get started? Like, what are some tips for hiring pros, right? Because some people, they might say like, well, what did you get quoted on? I'll undercut them by this much. And should they really be going by price, by experience, by industry? Like, what would you say?
I would say, just like anything else, when you're hiring like a social media manager or what have you, I would do a little research on them. Do they seem knowledgeable? Can they give you maybe examples? Or, if they're like me, or I know Molly does it as well. There's Amanda Robinson. We're all chatbot builders. Just number one, we're experienced. You could tell. Just look at what we talk about. You could tell we're experienced. So do some research on them. And then from there, I think it's really about what you need, because some people are going to be more well-versed in certain areas. So if you're into politics or something, you might want someone who specializes in that. Maybe it's not important, but to you, it's important. So maybe you want to do that. So kind of figure that out. But in terms of price, it really comes down to what do you want to do. It could be as inexpensive as going to Fiverr and getting someone. I wouldn't recommend that.
Yeah.
Or you can get someone reputable who is, based in wherever you're based and can work hand in hand with you and build something really great that follows the rules and doesn't go into that, black hat area. And then you're going to be looking anywhere between like $500 to start just to set the dang thing up. And then, it could go thousands of dollars. And I don't want to scare people away, but it really depends on what you need. So for me, for instance, I charge $500 to set up your chatbot. And that includes your connection from ManyChat to Facebook. That includes a welcome message, but not just a, hey, we'll get back to you, but the one I talked about that has kind of a menu and directions and a little lead funnel. And then it also has a menu. Yeah. So that's kind of my starter thing. And then, I can do a whole mess of other things. And I think you're going to find that most people in my range, at least, are going to start there or up to maybe $1,200 starter packages. So just talk to them, figure out what you want to do. But remember, you are buying time. You are saving yourself time. And it does take a lot of time to learn this stuff, and not only learn it, but stay up on it. So if that's not you, if you want to focus in on what you do, then hire someone. And it's a good investment to make if that's something you want to add to your strategy in 2019.
How fun. Well, there you guys have where to start. And if you're just like, you know what? I need to go talk to somebody that is this gal. Yeah, I got it right.
I know. I never know where to.
I know. It's always like, we'll figure it out. Well, cool. And then so you have this course that's going to be coming out. Birthday launch is what I'm calling it in my brain. Birthday launch.
I'm going to do it now. It's happening.
New year, new course launch. It's a birthday thing. Well, good. And then let's see here. I have a question for you.
Sure.
What would you say, aside from your trivia stuff, what's the other cool thing that you've seen out there in the botverse?
I love Andrew and Pete's use of chatbots. Andrew and Pete have specifically this one chatbot that is a sales lead qualifier. It's a 7-step lead qualifier. If you guys don't know who Andrew and Pete is, first of all, you better find out because they are amazing. I love them. I'm obsessed. Might be their #1 fan. I even have a mug.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
And a shirt. But basically it qualifies, it basically takes their ideal client who is an entrepreneur and it breaks them down into, they ask different questions and it kind of brings them down and qualifies them into their membership program. And this thing converts. And even when people say no, it'll say, okay, well, would you like to have a free trial for a month? Or would you like to have us remind you? Or let's break down how much this costs and how you can make it work. Like it really does the job. And it's one of my favorite chatbot use cases, but it's one that you wouldn't like naturally just see out there like the Lego one or what have you, because it's all happening behind the scenes. And you don't know what's happening to you until you become an Atomic member. And then you're like, what? They just converted me. So it's a brilliant use of a chatbot and they do it really, really well.
Oh, that's very cool. I've heard so much about them, especially from Jen, because she said, I've had one of the most interesting interviews whatsoever. I've never sweat so many bullets before.
Oh, they really put their podcast guest through the ringer for sure.
Yeah, that's so much fun. That's cool. That's cool. Okay, so aside from the course, aside from the YouTube, where can people actually get to know, like, and trust you in person? Like, I know you speak at conferences, right?
I do on occasion. I'm trying to speak more. I have littles. So I have 2 little girls under 5. So it's hard for me to get out a lot. I will be at Social Media Marketing World, and I am totally open to anyone who wants to be like, hey, Kelly, pull me aside. Let's chat about chatbots. I'm generally at the chatbot table in the big networking thing. I'm actually going to be leading, or what do you call it, moderating the content marketing track. And I will be introducing Andrew and Pete. So if you're looking for me at Social Media Marketing World, I'll be the moderator and track leader for that track. I'm also speaking at Social Media Day Lima, I think in June. So I'll be there talking about chatbots. So
Yay!
Just because my girl, I love her. And that's all I have planned so far in terms of in-person conferences. You can reach out to me. I am very accessible on Facebook. I am everywhere at Stellar247. I have 2 Facebook groups that are very active. One is Baby Got Bot, which is the chatbot group The other one is social media brainstorming, which is kind of my general, I mean, I've been doing social media marketing for, 11, 12 years now. So got a lot of knowledge to share. So come on over and just say hi.
Yeah. Would you say that bots is like your favorite thing now, aside from everything else?
Yeah, if there are two passions in my life right now in terms of like business and digital marketing, it would probably be chatbots up there just because I have a lot of fun doing it. And as long as I'm having fun, I'm going to be teaching it.
Yeah.
And then the other big one for me is just helping other social media digital marketers succeed as entrepreneurs, because I've always been a mentor to a lot of people just openly. And it's just my passions to help other people kind of follow the footsteps. Because I love, like, you will probably not meet a whole lot of people who love their job as much as I do. Like, I love it. I am so blessed. I am so excited to, be a part of this world. And I want other people to experience that freedom as well. So
that's brilliant.
Those are my two passions.
I do have one last question for you. And it's, there's a lot of digital. So I come from the agency background, right? So about 12 years or so working on the agency side. And we're always looking for partners and to work with. And so do you usually partner with agencies that are trying to add on a different service? Or is it mostly you just want to focus on entrepreneurs and then building their stuff? Like, is that your target audience?
I actually do both, and it really depends on the service. So for like social media marketing, I do higher end, small to medium sized business, not entrepreneurs. They can't afford me. Sorry, guys. Because my social media management services generally start around $2,000 a month.
Yep. And
so a little higher end. I have worked with agencies before. I have subcontracted. I'm always open for partnerships in that realm, as well as even with chatbots. Happy to work with different companies. In terms of like my e-course, my videos, my groups, that's really stuff I build for the small business person who can't afford, because I understand not everyone can afford $2,000 a month for social media services or $500 to get their chatbot started. So I offer these other services as kind of a one-to-many. And those can be for anybody who wants to learn about chatbots, about social media, and just wants a little bit of extra support. So it's kind of two-tiered in that way.
That's good. And that's smart. That's the way it should be. I feel like
gotta diversify.
Yeah, you gotta diversify and bring the people back to you. So that's awesome. And that P.S. by the way, that's gonna be like the best clip for LinkedIn. I'm like, hey, here's my girl Kelly. Clip.
Yay. Hey. Hi, LinkedIn.
Well, Jim Fuse just joined us and he said Kelly rocks. So you've got a ton of fans. Yay.
Yes, I love my people.
Well, good. So if you guys are just tuning in, Kelly just dropped a lot of knowledge bombs when it came to messenger bots. This is why I definitely wanted to name the show Messenger Bot Mastery, because Amanda has said so many wonderful things about you. Jen Herman says so many wonderful things about you. And I was like, I only use bots for one thing. And I know that she's just going to tell me so much more, which was like trivias and girl.
Yeah, but the cool thing is you only need to use it for one thing. I mean, chatbots are only limited by your imagination, but that doesn't mean you have to make them do everything for you. Yeah. So if doing it just for your Facebook Lives is what's killing it, it's helping you, it's helping your audience, then just do that. Just focus on what you need. It doesn't have to do it all. It's not like the magic pill. I think a lot of people are out there, this is a mistake. A lot of people are out there thinking like chatbots are going to change the world and they're going to solve all of your problems. There is never going to be a magic pill to solve your business problems. There's never going to be one platform. You have just, I keep bringing up diversification. Yeah. I do that in my marketing as well. It is about cohesively having a strategy that works. So Facebook Live, chatbots, email marketing, Instagram, Facebook, you need to figure out what works to your end goal. Otherwise, you're throwing spaghetti on the wall and hoping something sticks. And let me tell you, that does not work.
Yeah, especially if you want to be in business for a very long time. Exactly. And coming from someone like Kelly, who's been in business for more than a decade, she knows her stuff. So you might want to go and write that down. Write that down. Cool. All right, you guys. Kelly, you've been absolutely amazing. Thank you so much. I know a lot of people are going to be interested in you. And so if you could help me out and drop all the links to all the amazing stuff, like the Facebook groups, whichever YouTube video you think they should start with first. I know I'll be jumping into the trivia stuff. That would be awesome. And then, invites into the baby, the bots baby. Bots baby.
Baby got bot. Baby got bot. There's a whole fun story about that whole thing, but
okay.
Baby got bot.
Cool. All right. Well, thank you so much, Kelly. You've been absolutely amazing. To everyone else that tuned in, thank you so much. We'll catch you next time on a next episode of Lights Camera Live. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.